When it comes to the Olympics, World Championship and European Championship, we are used to cheering on our GB athletes in the red, white and blue. But why is it that when it comes to the Commonwealth Games, athletes compete for separate home nations? Instead of competing for Great Britain and Northern Ireland, athletes compete for England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales. And if they're from an overseas territory, they may compete for their home nation there as well. So if you've ever wondered why there is no Great Britain at the Commonwealth Games, this video is for you. So let's take things back a little bit and actually answer the question, what is the Commonwealth? According to the Commonwealth.org, the Commonwealth is a voluntary association of 56 independent and equal countries. It also consists of 32 small states. Most of these nations are former colonies of the British Empire. However, today anyone can join the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth Games were initially a competition to be held within the British Empire and were initially called the Empire Games, and those first games were held in 1930 in Canada. Since the Commonwealth Games were designed to be a competition between the Commonwealth family, bringing everyone together, each dependent state or territory could have its own team. So the reason why there is no Great Britain at the Commonwealth Games and why each home nation has its own team ultimately comes down to tradition. But the Commonwealth is different to the Olympics and World Championship and European Championship in the fact that it's based on a political association, a common shared history, whereas the other major championships are based more on geographic location. At the Commonwealth Games, athletes have an opportunity to represent their home nation, to feel proud of their small island or their state in a way that they may not get to at the Olympics, because there are different rules when it comes to the Olympic Games. At the Olympic Games, there are actually no countries participating, but rather athletes represent their national Olympic committees. And at the Olympic Games, England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales do not have separate national Olympic committees, whereas the United Kingdom, Great Britain and Northern Ireland does have a national Olympic committee. And because some of the crown dependencies of the United Kingdom also do not have their own national Olympic committee, i.e. Jersey, Guernsey and the Isle of Man, along with a number of the 14 British overseas territories which do not have their own national Olympic committee, collectively we come together as the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, aka Team GB. When it comes to the World Championship and European Championship, all home nations of the UK compete together collectively as Great Britain and Northern Ireland. These teams may also include athletes from the British Crown dependencies, because in order to compete at the World Athletics Championship, your country or territory must be affiliated to World Athletics, formerly the IAAF. And in the words of World Athletics, a national member federation is a national governing body for athletics, track and field, affiliated to World Athletics. Only one member from each country or territory may be affiliated to World Athletics and must abide by the rules and regulations of World Athletics. Since the British Crown dependencies do not have a national governing body affiliated to World Athletics, as mentioned before, these territories join Great Britain and Northern Ireland at the World Championship and at the European Athletics Championships as well. When it comes to the British overseas territories, things are a little bit different. Some nations do have a governing body affiliated to World Athletics, whereas others don't. Either way, athletes have the option to either compete for their home nation or to choose to compete for Great Britain and Northern Ireland. As British overseas citizens, they do have a British passport and therefore they would be eligible to compete for Great Britain if that is what they chose to do. Shara Proctor and Zana Hughes are examples of successful British athletes who actually come from the island of Anguilla or Anguilla, depending on how you pronounce it. Both these athletes chose to compete for Great Britain, and as citizens of an overseas British territory, they are entitled to do so. And that is the choice that they made in order to enable them to compete at the highest level in their sport. So I hope this video has helped you to understand why there is no Great Britain at the Commonwealth Games, and if you still want to know a bit more about the Olympic cycle and what the different championships are, particularly in athletics, then make sure to check out this video, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Bye guys.